Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to reading. And today's Friday, the Friday before winter break. I'm glad you're wearing your PJs today. So let's get ready to listen to another beautiful story. But before that, let's review what we did in week one. Week one, we learned about places with Map My Neighborhood, as well the alphabet from the sky. Do you remember the story where you had to go find letters in your house? I love the story. Then in week two, we learn about people, and we use Quinito's neighborhood. And you guys remember in the Zoom meetings, you shared your pictures of your family just like Quinito? That's what makes a community, boys and girls. And in week three, we learned that a community has to work together. And we learned that with buckets of blessing, where the monkey went to get water to make the rain with the peacock. We also learned what friends do together, right? Bo and Peter did a lot of things, and we wrote about what we do with our best friends, right? And now we're doing another story for week four, and we are learning what makes the community. And in week four, it's sense of belongings. So making new friends, that's what makes a community. Feeling at home, that's what makes a community. So the beautiful story, A Piece of Home, it's the one that is helping answering us those questions. So we're doing lesson number 16, and we're almost done. For this lesson, our objective is there's a side word right there, I can make and confirm predictions about a story. So we have learned about this predictions in other stories. So let's just practice and review what's a prediction. So a prediction, remember, is the best guess that you want to take and make about what happens next in the story. So sometimes we use pictures. Remember, we always check for understanding. And we also listened to the reader for text clues. So that way we can make predictions. So as you read, boys and girls, check to see if you are right. So let's make a prediction. Get your conversational buddy and tell your conversational buddy, what do you think this story is going to be about? That's a prediction, boys and girls. Okay, look for picture clues. What did you see in the front cover? Good. Who are the people in the front cover? Good job. What else did you see in the front cover behind the main characters? That's right, there's a home, a house, right? Now, let me read you the name of the story. The name of the story is A Piece of Home. What do you think that means? A piece of home. Could it mean an actually piece of a home, like a brick or like a window? What do you think? Alrighty, so let's see what that means, what the name of the story means, okay? Are you guys ready? All right, get yourself a quiet place and take your conversational buddy with you, and let's begin. Oh, the name of the story is A Piece of Home, and the person who wrote this story, it's Jerry Watts. Here is the person's name, and the illustrator is Hin Won Jun. In Korea, my mother was a wise and wonderful teacher. Her students bow, she holds her shoulders erect, but her eyes sparkle. So, in Korea, who was a teacher? That's right, Grandma. Good listening. Even at home, my grandmother could find the exact hole within her ordinary, like how she coaxed her Mongolian shrubs to blossom into tension flowers, revealing their bright red centers. In Korea, I was ordinary, boys and girls, a regular boy, playing and laughing and buzzing my little sister Sira. I was not extraordinary, not different. I was just me, like so many others. In Korea, my father, who always did the right thing, boys and girls, who always did was expected surprises all. He accepted a position at law school in West Virginia. Oh, West Virginia. Who would expect West Virginia? He laughed, and so did my mother. I did not. Did the boy laugh about that? No, boys and girls. In swift movements and rapid time, I found my world packed into 3 boxes and 1 suitcase. We create, we nailed, we mail it to a house I'd never seen. Oh, boys and girls, oh, here is our conversational buddy. That means a question. Are you ready for the question? Listen. What is Hyunjun's family doing, boys and girls? What are they doing? Let's choose picture clues. Look at the pictures. I'm going to read the words to confirm. I found my world packed into 3 boxes and 1 suitcase. That's right, they're packing. Let's continue. In West Virginia, my grandmother stays at home and she does not hold her shoulders erect and her eyes don't glint, not at all. Is she a teacher now? No, she just stays at home. In West Virginia, I am not an ordinary, I am different. So remember, he was not a different person when he was in Korea. Now he feels different. My eyes are not big and round like everybody else, and my hair does not tremble into thick curls or make a golden halo around my head. My new classmates smile and talk, but in sharp noises. Their names sit like stones on my tongue. Steve, Tom. Here is our conversational buddy. Are you ready for a question? Okay, here it goes. How does Hyunju feel at his new school in West Virginia? How does he feel? Look for picture clues. Look at the pictures. Now, I'm going to read 1 sentence that it can give us a clue how he feels, okay? In West Virginia, I am not an ordinary. I am different. Did you get a clue? Good. Let's continue. Here there are mountains like in Korea, but the sky seems smaller and darker. I miss the lights of our city. The dark here is so black. At night, I touch my eyes to make sure they are open. But when the pale moon is full and round, it looks like my face, and a little like the face of the woman who is now my teacher. My teacher is nice. She tries to help. She speaks slowly, as if I'm not bright. Lips snapping over sounds my mouth will not make. Can you say book? Oak. That's what the teacher said. I tried to say, I don't want to be here. She nods a lot and smiles, but she knows that I do not understand, and I know she does not understand. Siram also does not understand. Recess is over. Look at the pictures. She bites and kicks and even spits on the teacher. Uh-oh. My grandma cries. Oh, poor grandma. And she tries to tell the teachers she is sorry. Then my father talks to the school in his flawless English. It is decided that my grandma will go to school with my sister to give her a little bit of ordinary. But I have no help. I wish I was little enough or brave enough to bite and kick and spit. Uh-oh. Days become weeks and weeks became months. I learned bathroom and fleece. I am surprised that I can form words that make their meaning clear, though they still feel like stones having in my mouth. They work, though, play with me like in Korea, pass it back like in Korea. Oh, look, let's throw it at the girls. And what did the boy say? Okay. All right, we have another question, so get your conversational buddy. Here comes the question. Now, how does Hyunjoo feels about living in West Virginia? Ding, ding, ding. Let's use picture clues. How does he feel? Let's look at this picture right here. How does he feel, boys and girls? That's right. He feels a little bit better, right? Grandmother is leaving too, along with Zira. At dinner, she tells us about the other children in Zira's class and about their young teacher, newly engaged, who helps my grandmother with English at nap time. And my grandma, with halting words, gives her advice. One day, Steve says, Hyunjoo, come over. My first visit to a friend. In his jar, I discover a red center blossom. Moonjungwa, I said. Rose of Sharon, Steve says. It's a Mungunjwa in Korea, I said. It's a Rose of Sharon here, Steve said. Oh, we could have the same things with different names, right? When I leave, Steve's mother gives me a Mungjungwa blossom and a tender shot to take home. A piece of heaven, grandmother says. A piece of home. Here it's called a Rose of Sharon. A piece of home. Here is a piece of home. My grandmother plans to shoot, and at the end of the summer, she takes one Munjungwa blossom and sews it on the wedding dress of her teacher friend, like our family does in Korea. And I can say, Steve, come over, like a bubble on my tongue, and that is ordinary in our new home. The end. So let's check for understanding, boys and girls. A piece of home was actually a brick, or what was it? A piece of home. That's right, the flowers. The flowers remember Grandma about home, because that's what she did after she was a teacher at school. She would check on her flowers, and that's what it means, a piece of home. Okay, so let's double check for understanding. What was the main idea, boys and girls? Tell your what? Conversational buddy. What was the main idea? That's right. All right, who are the characters in the story? Can you tell the conversational buddy some of the characters in the story? Who was in the story? Awesome. Now let's check, where did the story happen? Where was the boy? Where was the grandma? It was actually kind of like 4 different places. Can you name some of those places? Good. By naming some of the places, you are finding the setting in the story. Now I use settings because it was more than one place. All right, boys and girls, thank you for joining me, and happy holidays and enjoy your break. And you're always welcome to do some reading, okay? I will see you back in January. Bye-bye.